Today is June 12th, 2024. Okay? Yesterday was a lot. I went in to Acme on North Main. Some guy's yelling out. I feel bad about everything. I found out what they did to her. They said she can't handle it. Could you? Were you publicly raped? Were you publicly tortured? Huh? Were you publicly human trafficked? And while idiot people run around laughing like it's funny and you're really getting hurt? Huh? Would you be able to handle it? Get some common sense. Okay? Before that, I was in Marshall's in Belgium. People were talking, they said a serial rapist did all this. Okay? And some other ladies were talking. They said they had a doctor from before that was going to help them. We listened to everything what happened to her and how she got sick and got well. There's no doubt it was medical malpractice. Oh, it's documented it was medical malpractice by the police and by doctors and medication errors. They were known for being unethical and immoral. What they did to me. And that's how the doctor put it. And they were known for doing this to people, ripping them off. Getting kickbacks from the drug companies, $200 to $1,000. I was on like over 15 max. If they got $1,000 each, that's $15,000 a month. That's $180,000 in kickbacks from drug companies without the office visits or procedures. Okay. When I go in the BMV and they ask you if you have seizures or epilepsies, I was diagnosed with epilepsy. Do I have epilepsy? No. So what do I check? No. But I was diagnosed with it. They gave me medicine that caused seizures. And they diagnosed me with it. They gave me medicine that caused brain swelling, told me I have level 2 brain tumors, wanted to remove my pituitary gland. Thank God the other doctor told on him. Now, if I went around telling people I have brain tumors, that would make me look nuts. I had brain swelling. We had a long talk of, honey, you don't have epilepsy. You don't have anything wrong with you. Your muscles locked up from all the surgeries. They've induced everything. It's immoral and unethical what they did to you. And they've been doing it to other people, and they're known for lying, ripping people off and making them sick and making them come back. Now, would I look freaking stupid claiming anything? Yeah, because there was nothing wrong with me. It was fraud. You don't claim fraud. That'd make you look stupid. They were defrauding me and my insurance, ripping me off, and they were known to do it. I was up at a client's house and last summer, and they were talking about Overcare. I said, well, what is Overcare? They said, well, I'll tell you what. People with little or no insurance are healthier nowadays. You have really good insurance. What the doctors do is they'll falsely diagnose you. They'll write out big prescriptions that'll make you sick. They will do unnecessary procedures. And people with no or little insurance, they're actually healthier because the other ones are getting ripped off. It's still happening. You don't claim fraud. That makes you stupid. I would go into doctors and they'd ask me questions and I'd say no. And you know what they say? Oh yeah, you just don't realize it. You want to get out of pain, right? This will work. And then it made me sick. Almost killed me. Enlarged my heart, made me have many heart attacks. My heart's still damaged. Still flutters at times. The heart valves are enlarged. They took a perfectly healthy human being that had a lot of trauma to their stomach and back from surgeries, the muscles, the tendons clenched from being cut so many times. You have 6 to 10 surgery on one leg, those tendons are going to lock tight. You're not going to be able to move that leg. Well, try having it in your stomach and back. I had to be in like a body brace from my ribcage down. The compressions to actually hold it in place because they would just start spasming. And I couldn't breathe. They had to put me on fentanyl patches to get me out enough pain to move. And I told you. Now, that's where Dr. Eli is. You move, the blood flow will get back into the relax, and then you can build new muscle tissue. And muscle relaxers. That's what I needed, was long, slow physical therapy on pain medicine. Not all that crazy crap. They all lied. And they were known for lying. That's where, and then there's HIPAA violations. No doctor of yours can talk to the feds. They can't talk to anybody without a sign and release. It's illegal for them. The state would pull their license and they get prosecuted. You do realize those doctors from before could be prosecuted for almost died, ripping me off. That's where all of them would say, my God, we made a big mistake. That's where Altman Hospital would never back up any of that. All my family physicians deemed it in 2002 medical malpractice and medication errors. And we had a very long talk how immoral and unethical those doctors are. And them running around saying one of those doctors that almost murdered me would actually back that and talk to them and break HIPAA violations. The state would pull their license and they would get prosecuted. Like they said, it's just some guy impersonating a doctor, selling people's information. Can't investigate or what said. What was that agent thinking? None of her doctors could talk to him. Not without losing their license. See, people haven't been thinking about the big fraud scheme. It's a big fraud scheme, big from the drug, like they say, the drug traders that are serial killing people, human trafficking. It's just a big drug scam from the cartel. Because you're going to say one of those ones that were so unethical, that were just ripping me off. You don't claim fraud. That's why when I go in for my driver's license, they ask you if you have like epilepsy, seizures. I check no. Did I have seizures before? Yes, caused by the medication. See what I mean? You don't claim fraud. That would make you stupid. Yeah. And I didn't have brain tumors, but I had brain swelling. Like they said, brain swelling would cause almost everything. I told you I'd go in there and then ask me questions. I tell them, oh yes. It's like, no, I don't. Well, you want to get out of pain. Well, yeah, this is a different way of addressing it. No, it's a different way of ripping me off. You don't claim fraud. And that whole, like they said, January 9th, 24, what was that agent thinking? None of her doctors could ever talk to him because of HIPAA violations. Looked it up, it was just some guy saying he was a doctor. Just like they tried to tell people they were the Portage County Sheriffs. Just like they tried to tell people they were retired Judge Pete. Oh, and some of them that they were federal agents. It was a drug cartel. My attorney didn't file the paperwork for me to get my small settlement, and it almost expired. Okay, where I'd had to pay another $2,500 to get my part of his retirement fund, and I had to get another attorney to file it. He lost his license for a year for being unethical, and then it has to be monitored for another year. Okay? Now, do you think the state wouldn't pull those people's license that almost killed me? They bought it, thank God, every day I didn't turn them in. See what I mean? And if they find out they're breaking HIPAA violations and then trying to back fraud, they could face prosecution. Losing their license would be the minimal. I had one doctor I was going to, and they actually were doing like surgeries in their office. And some lady almost bled to death. State pulled their license and moved out of state before anybody else could sue them. See, not my family, where they falsely diagnosed me, they had made jokes, just because you have a doctor's license don't mean you got an A. Maybe they're just stupid. No, they were just crooks. They were known for doing this. That's why when I got off the medication, it took me 9 months and I got well and I lived a healthy, productive life because, like they said, there was nothing wrong with you. But your muscles locked up from the surgeries. They cost everything else in line. You don't claim fraud. I'm going to upload this.